that it is much more enjoyable sitting on the couch and watching TV or reading a book than going out and exercise. I can vouch for this, I do it all day. You may not realize it, but regularly exercising actually makes you feel much better in the long run. After reading over government documents and local news reports, I have discovered that not only are there physical benefits to exercising regularly, but also mental benefits as well. Choosing to exercise regularly can not only reduce the risk of 13 types of cancer, type 2 diabetes, stroke, and heart-related diseases, but also improve your alertness and overall quality of life. Regular exercise can help lower the risk of developing 13 types of cancer, as well as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. According to Gretchen Reynolds, a study held by the National Cancer Institute as well as Harvard Medical School observed 1.44 million men and women and had them log whenever they exercised, how long they exercised, and if it was moderate or vigorous exercise. The study showed that people who exercised very little for short amounts of time were much less likely to develop 13 types of cancer than the people who didn't exercise at all. The study also showed that the more you exercise, the less likely you are developing 13 types of cancer. Comparing the top 10% of physically active people to the bottom 10% showed a decrease in 20% of likelihood of developing cancer in the most physically active participants. Keep in mind, the study was simply observational and couldn't prove that exercise helps prevent cancer, just that the two are interrelated. In an article released by the Health and Human Services Department, CDC Director Thomas R. Friedman made the statement that people who are physically active longer are at lower risk for heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, depression, and some cancers. Simply walking for 10 minutes for transportation, exercise, or fun is considered enough to help prevent health issues. In the West, roughly 68% of people walk enough to meet the average, while the South has roughly 57% of people making the average, as seen in a 2010 survey in the Vital Signs report. This is somewhat disturbing, seeing as how easy it can be to get in the daily recommended amount of walking, and yet half the nation isn't getting it in and needlessly putting themselves at risk. According to the Physical Activity Guidelines for Americans, 2.5 hours of moderate aerobic activity and 15 minutes of vigorous aerobic activity is recommended. The Morbidity and Mortality Weekly Report, a journal for the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, states that only about 20% of U.S. adults are meeting both the aerobic and muscle strengthening components. If we can encourage exercise, the possibility for increased production and work would skyrocket due to the fact that while physical activity not only benefits your body, but also your mind by helping prevent depression and tiredness. While 50% of adults are getting the recommended amount of aerobic activity, only 30% of adults are getting in the recommended amount of muscle strengthening activity. Exercising regularly is so important that President Barack Obama has dedicated a whole month to promoting healthy choices in physical activity, deeming it National Physical Fitness and Sports Month. President Obama also says during the preamble to his announcement that regular physical activity promotes strong mental and physical development, builds lean muscles, and plays an essential role in maintaining a healthy weight. He also talks about how we can promote healthy behaviors by getting together and exercising with friends and family members. Community leaders can also help out by building more safe sidewalks and playgrounds for adults and children alike to use for exercising. Exercising regularly also helps psychologically and is proven to help mental illnesses such as depression and schizophrenia. In Holly Raymer's article, Fitness Program for Mentally Ill Expands to NH, she talks about how getting in an exercise program at a local gym has helped many mentally ill patients with depression and schizophrenia, and this has allowed them to either improve their condition or completely get rid of it. The program, titled In Shape, stands for Self-Help Action Plan for Empowerment. Participants are paired with trained health mentors to develop plans that include exercise, nutrition, counseling, and smoking cessation. This program became so popular among mentally ill patients that a long waiting list to get in the program has formed. According to research published by Bartels in 2010, the dropout rate for the InShape program was at 20%, while there was a 25 to 33% dropout for adults enrolled in a formal exercise program. In Karen Kaplan's article, How the Playground Can Improve the Classroom, exercise and fitness are shown to be beneficial to brain structure, brain function, and cognition. Allowing extra time also helps with social skills, such as making friends and becoming confident around peers, coaches, and teachers. Life skills and core values, such as respect and social responsibility, are also promoted when kids are allowed extra time on the playground during school. In Kaplan's article, experts say time taken away from academic lessons in favor of physical activity has been shown to not come at the cost of scholastic performance. So allowing time to go outside and play instead of spending a few extra minutes on homework will not affect the grades. Not only do I have statistical proof that regular exercise can increase life expectancy, I also have personal experience with what it's like to be in shape and be out of shape and how this can change your quality of life. Not long after getting back into the habit of swimming 3 times a week for an hour, I was able to notice an improvement in my alertness and a reduction in the amount of hours I was tired. This allowed for me to be more focused during school and improve my comprehension of my more difficult subjects. After receiving a shoulder injury and being told to get out of the water, it only took a couple of months for my body to feel the lack of energy and exercise, and I began to constantly be tired and irritable for no particular reason. There were several instances where I was very grouchy and I couldn't figure out why. I also quit hanging out with my family as much and spent more time by myself. This isn't much of a surprise, but it did happen. Now that I'm running, I'm starting to become more alert and awake again, leading me to assume that with proper exercise, you can not only increase your levels of alertness, but also reduce your drowsiness and improve your emotional state and create a better quality of life. Now that you have learned that regular exercise can improve your physical health and mental health, you should be able to figure out if making the slight change in your schedule is really worth it to you, especially if your family is prone to developing cancer, heart disease, diabetes, or stroke. Now that you know what simply going for a brisk walk a few times a week can do to improve your health, is it really that hard to get off the couch? This is my citation. Thank you.